what you mean. Breaking through glass cages inside of me. Surfing and swimming in a never-ending sea. Finding missing puzzles to keep. Crack the cracking for everyone to sleep. Illusions walking and living like zombies. Allowing people to play with my mind like chess piece. Stole the key to my psyche. Now for years I just wanna hide me. Deflowered and free. Initiations with time.
What up, daughter? It's your girl, Lemon here, back with another reading here on Luminescent. Welcome if you're new, welcome if you're returning. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for that. This is going to be a reading for Virgo energy during this Gemini season, okay? This energy is square, so this will be a challenge for anywhere you have Virgo placements in your chart, whether it's a planet or it's a house. You can look up on the internet, Google, you know what I'm saying? It's very well. It's showing you different ways you can draw a chart online. If you want assistance in interpreting your chart or just a personal reading, you can definitely reach out to me and through via email, or you can directly click the square link in my link tree to book a direct reading with me, okay? So again, this is for anywhere you have Virgo in your chart. Be sure to watch all 12 videos for the season so you get a full scope on how this Gemini season can assist and support you in your transformation to your higher self, okay? So let's pray. I am the High Priestess of Luminescent, and I have the power to manifest all of my desires in alignment with my divine guidance. For the greatest good of all, Ashe. Divine source of the highest vibration. What message do we have from Virgo energy during this Gemini season? What message do we have for Virgo energy during this Gemini season? What message do we have for Virgo energy during this Gemini season? I'm going to get 3 from the African Goddesses Rising Oracle deck. And then we're going to move into the New Orleans Voodoo, Thoth, and then the Sun Oracle. Okay, so what 3 messages do we have for Virgo energy during this challenge season? You're going to be forced to... I know Leo got to speak up, but I feel like Virgo is going to be doing facing some challenges with communication. More like cognitive dissonance, learning something new, being open to learning something new regarding, yeah. So we got Mama de Jumbo, Shine. We got self-sabotage here, Mam Lambo. It's a lot of green in both of these pictures. It's like the parts of you that you don't want to show, or you don't want to, you know, tell everyone about you, is going to be put on display for you to speak up about. And it's not to encourage bad behavior or to shame you. I feel like you're going to be doing enough of that on your own by yourself. This spotlight that's being shown right here, shame, long Bubby Susie. At the bottom we have divine lineage, Sarah LeBlanc, Sarah LaCali, Sarah the Black. Okay, so you may have a history, or you could have inherited something from the divine mother energy that you try to stay hidden or out of the spotlight. Naturally, that is a Virgo trait anyway. You do a lot of work behind the scenes, but even with that being said, there's a reason for you to shine. I feel like we don't honor our imperfections enough. What we would call in the human experience imperfections enough, because we're kind of, like this card says, shame, we're blocking energy, and you could honestly be in need of repair with your heart chakra, because what she's holding on to is in her chest. Okay, we got the Chariot here, dance. So this could be about a car. You're having issues with your car, wanting to move forward in something that requires you to be in the spotlight. Okay, it could be about a party as well, planning a party. Okay, so we got the Gemini energy here with Magic Mirror. Okay, and this is the Moon card, and this is Gemini energy right here. So the self-sabotage here is being very careful about the words you use. Yep, we got Gouda here at the bottom with the Three of Swords. Be very careful with the type of words that you use or the type of thoughts that you have when you're directing them at the current children you have or children that are to come, or how you feel about children altogether. Because the Chariot is the Moon card, right? And that's Cancer energy, which has to do with Divine Mother, home, roots, family. There's something that's being hidden from you, or there's something that you want to hide and bury that's coming to light. And it's coming to light in a way where you may be seeing it reflected back to you in your children. There may be habits about your children or your family that's being reflected back to you, or it could just be people that you interact with, just in general. Gemini is taking place in your house of public persona. So you want to be very mindful that before you try to shine light on how other people think or how other people speak or how they do things, the choices that they make, also be aware that that energy is reflective of you as well. It doesn't mean you have to identify who you are through it, but it does mean that you need to show up for yourself better, especially when it comes to whoever this Gemini is. It's like, don't scold someone's choices as if to say like you're better than them, or you feel like you're in a better situation than someone else. That doesn't really exist. That's not real. There's no such thing as someone being in a better home or a better car or a better anything. It's just about, this is your lane and this is my lane, and we ride our own individual lanes. And you may have to explain this to someone that you're in a relationship with. When it comes to sharing something, you may have to share this with them, that you feel like they may try to sabotage you by saying different words to you, and you know, whatever energy is thrown towards you is going to be reflected back to that person, because it's a boomerang effect, right? So if you're hyper sensitive to being aware of that and the other person isn't, you got to find a way to communicate that in a way that is justified. Okay, let's look at this shame here. Why is the shame here? What's the big shame? Where's the shame coming from, Virgo energy? This is a lot of cards, but La Baline, Chilibo, and Ochosi. The 4 and the 6 of Cups and the 10 of Earth. I feel like you got good fortune coming. Why would you be ashamed of receiving something good? Just because people have bad days or they're going through something bad, it doesn't mean that you can't share your joy. You know, just because, yeah, you got Pietro in a place. This is a crossroads. Like, okay, we got Nana Baluku, 2 of Pietro. Okay, I feel like you're making a decision to, you know, every time you see something, like when you're in a high vibration and then you see something that kind of makes you understand like you're on the same vibration as this person, that's why they're around you, and they do something that seems a bit low vibrational, you are able to reflect and read that information like, okay, I can identify this being within me in this, you know, certain place or a certain area of my life that I've been devoted to enhancing or fixing, or, you know, war energy, because Aries energy is 8th house to, you know, Virgo. you know, and that's the house of transformation. So, because Taurus, you got Taurus, Venus in your 9th house. So you are giving very high regard to how you connect with nature, right? And she's out here literally intertwined with nature, right? So that's where you shine. That's where you feel like you can energize and you can regroup and you can discuss things. But subconsciously, you have a lot of fears that are being reflected and shown back to you, either through your children or people that are around you that you've been networking with. Or you could just be working a job or a career that you just find kind of annoying or dissatisfying at this time, and you may want to fly off the handle, you may want to cut somebody out, things like that. Or you may be receiving this energy from people and don't understand why. It's because there's something hiding within your subconscious with this snake energy here that you need to draw a line. You need to have better boundaries. You need to enforce your boundaries. Okay, you need to enforce your boundaries. You're going to be given an opportunity to take a new approach or a new road in doing something. And with that being said, you can't repeat the same things that you've done before. You can't repeat the same jobs, the same things. You can't repeat it anymore, right? So when you're around people who are reflective of those repeats you don't want to have anymore, you need to put your boundaries up. It's time to put your boundaries up. It's time for you to separate from being around in that energy and give them space to grow and mature. You cannot literally help people raise their vibration just by pulling them up with your own hands. That's not what you're here to do. You are service oriented, but you still have to have boundaries on who you help, how you help, when you help. Okay, and you're going to be put into challenging or compromising situations with people that were divinely guided to be in your life, but you're not here to heal them. If they want to do the work, they will, with or without you. So why would you bring down your own energy just to try to help and support somebody else? If they don't want to do it, let them live the way they want to live, but have that boundary in place. Okay, dance. Yep, it may be a Cancer, Princess of Swords, the page. So you could be finding out that something about a Cancer, or you could be finding out someone in your family has Cancer and they've been hiding it. You got the Isis here with the 3 of Swords. Okay, so they may be on a healing journey. Someone healed. Someone released something. I feel like it was a secret. What was this message? Temperance. Okay, so it could be a Sagittarius talking to you about something. What's this matter here? We got the 7 of Wands. Okay, and this Massa, the Lovers. We got the Princess of Cups. This is like the Page of Cups, okay? Okay, yeah, don't be out here just willy-nilly throwing evil spirits or, you know, magic, doing black magic, shit like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're better than that. You're higher than that. Especially with the moon here at the bottom too. You don't have to do that. I feel like this magic mirror with the 7 of Wands is like you don't want to look at yourself. You don't want to see something about yourself that's being reflected back to you through somebody who's kind of innocent and younger than you. But the Sagittarius is telling you something. What is this little place? Shame, boundaries. The Death card. You got the moon here at the bottom. Yeah, it's time for you to cut someone off permanently. Someone is getting permanently cut off from you. And with her covering her breast, it's like This is also Cancer energy, like nurturing. Like you've been nurturing something negative in your life, and you starting to see it reflected in the people around you that you've been, you know, doing things with. Or you may have a history with your career where you're just tired of being around negative people all the time, and you just want to go in a whole nother direction at this point. You need to cut off the energy that makes it okay. You need to cut off the energy within yourself that you need to check yourself. And not check yourself like scold yourself. You need to check yourself and say, okay, how can I heal this in this environment for now? If this is where you are, okay, but how can you heal in that environment? What changes can you make in your environment to make yourself feel better? And if you're working with people who, you know, you can't really escape because y'all work in a closed-in space, then you need to, you know, you need to speak up and know that your divine lineage has your back when you have to tell somebody something straight up. Because I feel like you may be waiting. What are you waiting for, Virgo? What are you waiting for? Submission. This is Venus in Pisces. No, Mercury. I'm sorry. Mercury, Pisces. No, this is Venus, Pisces. Submission. You're waiting for someone to give in to what you want. You want someone to fall in line with what you want them to do. You got to open up a little bit more and be a bit more vulnerable to the changes that have to occur in order for you to have the balance that's required between you and other people. So if you may be waiting for a job or some type of money to fall into place for you. You're waiting for that to fall into place. However, you have to take action. You got to ask the divine, speak to your, you know, divine lineage, your ancestors, right? About how you can strive and move forward in your best, in your most honorable energy in maintaining your humbleness, your values. Okay, how can you move forward in life right now with everything shaken up and crazy as it is? How can you move forward with a peace of mind? And all I get is that you need to stop being so critical of yourself. When you look in the mirror, you need to know that you are divinely connected to the visible as well as the invisible world. So if you have any questions or you need to inquire in anything, you need to go within to find your answer. And then don't be afraid of what the instruction tells you to do next. You don't have to be ashamed if it tells you stop doing this because it's not working. You need to just follow it. Just go along with it. And I'm only saying completely stop because he's drawing a line here. There's a line that's being drawn here, and you don't have to be ashamed if something is just not working for you anymore. Like, you don't have to be ashamed of that. You want things, opposite energy, to go into submission. Opposite Virgo, Pisces, you need to relax. You need to loosen up. You need to submit to the divine. And stop trying to handle everything by yourself, thinking because you're so perfect and great at organizing and getting things in order. That may be true, but sometimes there's a greater order in place for you to give all of that shit to handle for you, so you don't have to do it all. Don't sabotage yourself, especially not your health. Just trying to do things because you feel like something needs to be fixed. It's not right. Needs to be in order, and you're trying to force someone to do it with you. And it's like, no, if it's not meant to be right now, just let it go. Release it. Submit to what's going on at the moment. Don't try to force the construction of how you see it in your mind, because you're only going to cause yourself more damage, especially when it comes to building a career. Like, the 10th house is about taking your time. You don't have a career overnight. You have a career by being consistent. Okay? So if something is done and over with, you know, release the shame of whatever you've been working on. If it's taking you a while for something to get off the ground and for you to make the money that you really want to make, it's okay. 10th house takes time. Earth energy takes time, especially 10th house. That's 30 years. Okay? That's 30 freaking years. Okay? And get rid of people who make you feel ashamed or try to talk bad about you because you don't have your whole entire life figured out in a day. It's not meant for you to figure everything out in a day. The day is all you need to take care of what's meant to be taken care of in this day. Okay? Don't let people force you into something you don't want to do. Don't let people try to take you off your square either. Don't allow people to say something to you and then all of a sudden now your energy is down here. Like, get that, draw boundaries. Draw boundaries. You're doing the best that you can. And there's a reason why you're being drawn to a career path that you're being drawn to for a reason. Okay? Your spirit team got your back. Ask them to give you the support and the direction. Don't rely too much on this 3D reality to help you. A lot of people are sabotaging themselves and trying to project energy on you. A lot of people are also ashamed of the fact that, you know, they're not doing as well as they would like to do. So they want to put that energy on you because even though you're actually doing the work and you're taking your time, they waiting to see instant results in a microwave world, and anything that's meant to last forever is not going to be microwavable. Period. Okay? So, you got a lot of moon energy here too. Pisces, Cancer. Okay? So, do more baths, more spiritual baths. I would just say that to the other recording I just did too. A lot of, you know, relaxing into your emotions and don't be so anxious. I feel like the self-sabotage comes in with this Lovers card here, is you being forced to make a decision to protect yourself, and it's giving you anxiety. It's like, you got a whole spiritual team. What are you anxious for? Tell them to direct you in the way you should walk. Okay? And that was longer than it was supposed to be. So thank you. Thank you so much, Virgo energy, for tuning into this. I hope the message was helpful. Leave a comment below if this resonated for you and how. Peace.